Hi ladies and gentlemen, and we have finally attained Atlas Prime. He is done cooking and we've got him. We already made a video talking about essentially how to get Atlas Prime, and this is him in the flesh. Now, quick things to cover. First of all, it's morning and I feel like my face is made of like a brick, just like porcelain. I'm not woken up. My face is not like, it's weird. It's hard to say. Basically just still in like sleep mode. Anyways, when it comes to Atlas Prime, he is dope as shit. He actually has a neck, although there were some cosmetic things that gave him that beforehand. He looks extra fucking beefy. Yes, and I love all that. He looks badass. It looks like when he throws a punch, like his back is just like, dear God, if he throws a punch at you, you're gonna die. Except not really, because Atlas Prime desperately needs a buff, apparently. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, the reason why I love Atlas to pieces is because I got him when I was fairly low level. And you could essentially get by really well with just having some like power strength mods, like having flow and having ability strength. You could kind of get by, as well as I was using Hunter Adrenaline at that point. If you had those three, you could honestly just get by just punching everybody. But at this current point, I've actually gotten to a place where I am starting to get to like level 40 to 50 kind of things, and Atlas has struggled punching everything in one shot. So yeah, bit unfortunate. Also, it's kind of boring the way he punches things. He only has a right hook, a left hook, and then an uppercut in which the last final hit sends people back. But the first initial hit and then the second hit don't do a lot of like damage, but they also don't do a great deal of AoE damage, because you have to wait for that third punch to even get the AoE damage, and even then it's only like a tight cone in front of you, not necessarily people to the sides and stuff like that. But yet there are characters who have abilities that do a shit ton of damage, also like nullify the people, also debuff them, like, yeah. So it's really weird that Atlas is treated that way, or like even like his best ability is still not as good as other characters' worst ability. You know, it's kind of weird. And his rumblers are fun. Honestly, in the game currently, they don't really have a good like, well, I guess some of them are, but there's no like summon like there's characters who can summon like a ton of ads or summons, I guess, but they're kind of just like cannon fodder slash a distraction slash, yeah. But I would love it if Atlas actually, with the addition of like increasing his power strength, could actually make his rumblers like these yeah, you can only summon 2 rumblers, but those fucking rumblers hit like a truck, and maybe they're a bit clunky, so you might have to resummon them or whatever, but they're really strong. They hit really hard because they're these golems made of pure fucking space rock. So yeah, you think it'd be somewhat substantial. Anyways, but what I come to find out after leveling him up, especially in like the little battle arena that I've been just grinding master rank in, yeah, he's desperately just not hurting things. Like my Nidus can really start stacking his damage because of his whole like mutation string, but Atlas can't quite do that. And also, I don't have the right mods. That's probably the #1 reason why I'm kind of failing at this point. Whereas I don't have the specific mods for Atlas, but a lot of the mods that I've seen aren't like, they're like, one of them is, I've only seen a build where one person has prime continuity or whatever it is. It's like it's one of the premium mods, but I've only seen one person use one of those, but everything else is kind of so-so, as well as there's like a damage resistant one, but there's not too much that has to do with damage necessarily. So yeah, I don't really know how Atlas really stands when it comes to mod and like what I require. I looked up some builds and I looked up that I had most of the mods that you need. I just don't have like these 1 or 2, but I also think that Atlas just isn't like that tanky, or he's a good survivability frame, I guess, but it doesn't matter how tanky you are when you can't really knock things dead. And I don't know, maybe I'm absolutely wrong. It could absolutely be the case. But today, I thought we would show, of course, Atlas Prime in his glory, as well as go ahead and level up some mods or weapons, because I need to do that always, apparently, because, yes, I just need to increase my master rank. It's a whole thing. Anywho, Atlas, let's go over his cosmetics. Why not? So this is his Prime version, by the way. I'm sorry, I was really messing around with colors, just having a goofy fun time, and I can't show you guys his original look. It's right there. Yeah. Well, actually, I can. It's restored to default. I like that one. I don't. Well, I mean, I kind of like that one. Goodbye, red person. Default colors. There we go. See, This is our baby boy Atlas. Yeah, this is what you get when he's just his prime equivalent. Not bad. I don't really like the brownish orange weirdness here. I like the gold, like that. Again, he looks hella beefy. This is Atlas tier 1, and this is what Atlas normally looks like. In fact, I think I actually may have some cosmetics on him because yes, this is what Atlas alternatively looks like, and he's just kind of so-so. In fact, pretty awful, honestly. But then if we go to our fucking prime version, looks like just a boxer, like just a meaty person, stouty, can throw a punch like crazy. Great, love it to pieces. As of the other cosmetic things that he has one helmet that I think is probably even better than his primary version, which is this one. But he has this thing all the way down here, which is a pretty cool helmet. It actually has like a little bit more neck. It kind of like the shape a little bit more. It doesn't have these like weird jowls that he does on his prime thing, like those little flappy bits. Very strange. But then, of course, I showed you guys this last time, but this is Atlas's other skin. And Atlas's other skin looks pretty dope if you didn't color him the way that I just did. Unfortunately, that is the color palette that I've chosen. I can tell you it looks a lot cooler without all the weird gold fragmenting stuff, but it looks pretty great. But yeah, that's the Atlas's like pay for skin. But honestly, I think this one is also really, really good. Anyways, cool. Sure, we can be gold boy for a while. Again, as of his mods, I kind of don't know where to start, because again, I don't, it's not even that I don't have the right mods, it's just that I don't, like, if I get all of the great mods that people say you need to build him properly, will he be strong enough to handle the other content even still? You know, it's almost like I'm better off just playing Nidus or getting one of the newer frames that can actually like super survive end game kind of stuff, and then go level and get their mods basically. But we'll see. I don't know. Well, again, I really do love Atlas, but I mainly wanted to get his primary version because I want to play him eventually. And I'm hoping that eventually he does get a buff. And yeah. But regardless, oh, I did want to get another weapon though, because its weapon's going to be leveled up in no time. Ooh, I actually did want to try this out, the Tsar. I actually had to farm for this one specifically. Yes. Also, I feel like it's weirdly poetic because we're playing Atlas, who's just a giant thing. Oh, I guess that was less big in my, it's more big in my head. But anyways, regardless, let us start. Again, the build that I got going on isn't like insane. I'm not killing it out here. I'm just kind of out here surviving, trying to do my best to showcase Atlas and him punching the world, you know. But again, Atlas is in a weird place right now. Our baby boy, I'm really hoping, you know, the gods of this game are like, all right, let's stop making you, you know, kind of redundant a little bit, and like only one ability is really useful, which is your punch, which is cool and dope, but you know. Oh, also, sometimes, ooh, it's an explosion thing? Oh, and it breaks off into other explosions. Neat! This is like a cannon gun. I've never used it before. Very cool. Anyway, so yeah, Atlas is all about just punching things. That's him. That's why I fell in love with the boy. He's like a one-punch man type deal weirdness. Love it to pieces. Punch. And punch again. I don't have range, I don't think, so I'm just, oh no, everyone's dying before I can actually get to them. That is the #1 thing. Okay, well, bit unfortunate, but yeah. Also, as you can see, tons of people out here doing hella good things. Also, there happens to be Necros, which is quite good for farming and all that stuff. But we're just punching. Also, you can do some extra shit, but it's kind of not exactly useful. We could do some of this. I want to find people to do it so that I can freeze somebody like this. Ah, he's frozen. You see him? He's frozen. Punch. So we summon rock golems. Now, those rock golems, by the by, look absolutely sick. They're all covered in like gold inches. It looks crazy cool. Yeah, they're all orange. Love it. Love it to pieces. Also, my cannon is locked and loaded. Punch for punch, yeah, so see that that uppercut basically has a crazy amount of splash damage, which is great. Also, see, my rock people are so slow to actually land a punch. But yeah, Atlas is pretty fun to play here. He's not the most optimal because he doesn't do a lot of AoE stuff. Well, actually, he can on his third punch, but other than that, it's a bit of you trying to get it to make it happen, you know, it's a lot. Also, I think someone's buffing up my power strength, because yeah, I never used to do this much damage. I used to have to hit people twice. Also, when you double tap that, you try to use your slide. You basically use your tenno inside your body, and it's a weird bit of business. Also, it's so loud. Punch. Freeze. Punch. There. So when you freeze people, they drop rubble. And that rubble basically gives you a ton of armor. Oh, I'll keep fighting. I just got here.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Yeah, now your rock items don't last too long unless you build for durability, which I don't think I have. Maybe I have. I don't know. Probably better to have reach than durability because your rock people don't do too much. Boom! See, that's when it really syncs up, when there's like a bunch of enemies perfectly in front of you within your radius. Then you're cooking with gasoline, but other than that, I mean... Also, I feel like the cape is not a good look on Atlas. My previous WarFrame didn't have this. I just like the cape at this point. Summon some rock people, freeze some bitches. They'll drop me some rubble. I'll go like this, freeze these people. Punch punch. I got 443 armor. The only negative is that it does only last a little bit of time. So it does tick away pretty fast. Now the good news is that Atlas actually could potentially be a farming frame because he has that like you cast Petrify, which is that makes people turn into stone thing. It has a chance of actually dropping extra materials, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. It's probably like, yeah, you could maybe make some sort of weird build, but it's not going to be for the best. That's pretty good range actually. I don't think it had that good a range. Boom! Summon rock people. Some punches. Punch punch. So as you start hitting, by the way, I do believe you have a combo. Also, another thing that happened with Atlas is apparently DE or whoever the people who make this game is, I forget their exact name, but they did do like a nerf or a patch or something. They did an update which basically lowered the. There's a few Warframes that have like melee specific abilities, where like their ability is tied to this like melee ability, like Wukong summoned forth this giant staff that wrecked people. And etc. But apparently they tweaked that to where it's almost, from my understanding of that nerf, it almost is better to just have a good melee weapon rather than having a whole or making a build around your melee ability, rather than just having a good melee weapon and that being kind of enough. So I don't know, kind of shitty. Hope that's, well, I don't know. I hope they like reorchestrate that, because it's kind of silly that I lose on an entire ability, whereas most people could just not do that and be fine, you know? Where's the person that was giving me so much health or power? Now I'm just tapped dry and I don't know who's done it. Stab, stab, stab. So this is what I've been doing forever, guys. This has just been my life. I've been in this one mission that I've seen over and over again, just grinding mastery, because yeah, that's just what I've been doing. Honestly, I could be doing better things to a certain degree. Like, one of the things I really need is to start leveling up my, like, lens, like, focus thing, or, like, this shit. Nope, didn't want to do that. How do I... No, I don't know how to... Well, there we go. It works when I'm empty. Well, I want to start, like, working on this dude's, like, special powers. That'd be pretty great. But in order to do that, you need to have lenses equipped to your weapons, Warframe, and all that shit. So yeah, I haven't farmed for lenses yet, and that'd probably be best to farm for some lenses, and then start doing this mission. That way, you're getting a lot of XP and affinity just kind of passively by doing this. But I haven't done that. Why? Because I don't know. I kind of just want to get my mastery up, and that's the thing I'm focusing on right now. I know it's not the most optimal, but you know, man, our rubble just ticks down like crazy fast. Like it's gone in a minute. Well, I'm starting to not be able to one-shot them anymore. I have to hit 2 or 3 shots. See, that's the unfortunate bit. Oh. See, but then there's moments like that where like you're just going on a tear, and it's great. Where's the one dude? Is that him? That's him. We should probably petrify you, and then pop punching. Stop punching. Left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook. There we go. That was insane. It was like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I love Atlas. Just like his, like, again, I wish they would recalibrate him to be very, very like punching focused. Like maybe in, I don't know, like every time you do a punch, there's a chance for like you adding a petrify onto your enemy rather than it just being like, hey, you have to use this one ability, then use your punch, and that's kind of how you gain armor in a weird way. So I feel like someone's giving me power strength, because yeah, sometimes it takes me like 2 or 3 hits to kill somebody, but then other times it's just immediately done, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll be cool. Oh, I think we're leaving on this one though. Yes. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Atlas. We got this a little bit leveled up. We finally leveled up these fang things. We're on our journey to max mastery, and by max I mean not max, but just the next tier. Regardless, been doing this for most days, so it feels about right. But yes, Atlas Prime. As far as him, I'm both excited, jazzed. I'm happy that I have him, but I'm also really happy and hopefully, I don't know how the way to phrase it. I'm both happy and hopeful that he does eventually get a buff, because yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't like discount it too quick. Also, this thing looks dope as hell, man. I love it on my back. It looks like a giant like hammer almost. Also, I haven't petted you in like years. I'm sorry, bud. Anywho, yeah, I'm kind of just hoping that he does get a buff, but also I don't know if that's stupid to say, because maybe Atlas with the right like perfect mods, they're not even perfect mods, just good mods could make him enough. But I'm kind of at the point where like I kind of, and I'm sure some of you guys are echoing this in the comments to some extent. I still haven't uploaded a lot of the videos I've made. I will read all your comments, I promise. But yes, I kind of am starting to feel like the limitations of me, of my love. my love is for frames like Atlas. Love him to pieces. Love Nidus. But a lot of the characters I like are like very good at like AoE kind of stuff / some damage, but they're not good for like dropping a dome around a point that basically makes that point invulnerable and essentially allows you to sit back, relax, maybe watch a podcast and like look at the screen every 2 seconds, and to be that effective. Also, other characters that have like just really fun but also strong as shit abilities. Like again, I mentioned it, but I think it's this. Probably the next one I want to get that just seems like not only is she's like the medium character to me. What I mean by that is like, I like characters that I think are just fun and like enjoyable to play. Atlas to me is one of those characters. You can summon forth these rock golems that are just like your bros that walk behind you and fuck shit up, you know? Well, they don't really fuck shit up. They kind of just exist. But then you have like your punches that just make you feel like just a tank, like just boom, boom. And also you're invulnerable whenever you use that ability, which gives you insane survivability. But it's the damage that is that kind of felt for me is lacking right now. So yeah, also I like Nidus. Again, Nidus is a bunch of fun. So I want to pick a character that is both strong as shit, but also a ton of fun. And I believe, if I can find her, she is the party girl, the one and only. There she is, Octavia. Yes, I want to try to get Octavia next, although I don't know how much of a pain in the ass that's going to be. But yeah, she's basically a WarFrame that has like it's insane. Like she has a lot of people in the community have made like songs because she's all about sound. So the more like a lot of her abilities scale off of the amount of noise in an area will increase this like throbbing damage of like a beat. Not only that, but if you squat at the right time of a beat drop, you go invisible. You get multi-shot. You get a bunch of these side buffs, and it's all about like your rhythm and your timing and stuff like that. Or you can just get really simple and you just fill up, like it'll just be a bunch of noise like in her like kit, but it'll be easier to sync up stuff like that. But I'm really excited because I think you can download people who have created like soundtracks. Like I was listening to someone who made a Doom, like a Doom one. I think I listened to a Halo one where it's like ba 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 ba, and I cannot wait to play his character. So this is probably like the kind of passive thing I'm thinking about right now. I do not think Octavia has a prime equivalent, so I'll just have to do. Actually, I don't even think I have farmed in a non-prime WarFrame before, so that'll be interesting. I think it's all about like missions, doing them over and over again, which honestly should be easier rather than harder than the primes, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, that is the next goal to achieve, and I think again, a lot of like, just so you guys know, as much as I am like, that's a new character we're going after. The reason why I keep doing stuff like that is because passively in between all of these, I've been doing my best to grind for mods. And I'm starting to think I've reached the threshold for attaining the mods from what do you call it? The not arsenal, from navigation, from the void. So I've been farming the void for mods, and I think I'm at the point where I've gotten a lot of the gold mods, but I'm missing some of the special mods like Riven, which of course I hear are a pain in the ass to do. I'm also missing of mods that I think drop off of specific missions. Yeah, like there's this one mod, I think it's called Prime Continuity or something like that, but it's really good for like survival and stuff like that. It's one of the things I see on a lot of the Atlas builds. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to be trying to go next, as well as, well, yeah, I don't know, maybe, it depends. I was debating what we should do next, if like I should say that's our next kind of goal, but there are a bunch of new weapons that I actually have been grinding through mastery that I actually want to show you guys. Like with the good old Orthos Prime. I remember the Orthos, or not the Orthos, sorry, the Soma Prime. Some lovely gentleman gave me this, fantastic. Gave me the parts to it, although I could have farmed for it. I do have the mods for it, so thank you immensely, and I don't deserve that and all that. But yes, I wanted to showcase this, as well as these badass Tamphos, or not Tamphos, I don't know, not what they're called, sights, sorry, or I don't know what they're called, I think that's what they're called. Regardless, we also have this, which it looks absolutely awesome. They look pretty damn good, so I cannot wait to use them. But anyways, I wanted to make a couple videos of just covering those weapons. Probably not like the best, because in order to cover a weapon perfectly, you need to infuse it with this thing that I can barely ever find. If we go to any weapon, we go to upgrade, we go to this, you have to level up its capacity to this. That way it stops, it goes from having 30 energy that you can put into it to 60. So that's where like you can really mod it. But unfortunately, I don't have many of those little cell things, so yeah, I need to find out how to get those, and it's kind of a thing. So I think we'll just do like a light cover of them, just kind of showcase a weapon and hang out in WarFrame basically. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much also for keeping me company, as well as giving me information throughout this entire journey. I have uploaded some of the WarFrame videos, and all you guys' comments are fantastic. Appreciate them immensely, as well as just information, because again, I'm asking you guys questions, and a lot of you guys who are veterans of this game, who are fantastic, are also answering those questions. So thank you kindly. My name is Logan and/or GRINN. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye. Yeah. Also, subscribe button below me, 2 videos to my right. Yeah. Bye.